The fireworks have been cancelled due to lack of adequate planning and safety measures not put in place. A bitter slap across the face of certain set of malcontents. A cold front from the continent, meeting a wet wind consistently blowing northwesterly. Turbulent conditions persist. The pile remains ready to be lit, a bonfire of our vanities, our pride and prejudices. One big pile of rubbish. So we stoke up the fire and the pyre add more fuel to the flame, and no one's really sure who to blame, so we blame each other, the whole world and his mother. We don't look at ourselves and think, maybe it's us in this together. No, we'd rather blame foreigners, politicians, experts and the weather. After all, we lit the blue touch paper, and once done you don't return. The people have spoken, but people notoriously never learn. And what of all those fireworks in Aaron Banks' special box? Will Jan the 31st finally see them burst? Explosions in the sky of stolen diamonds paid for with secret donations, stuffed into the cabinet by arch-conspirator Cummins, packed into a stack of rusty Russian biscuit tins, shiftily shuffled by Gove into the back of Wiggy's car, bangers smuggled over from Calais to Dover by Dominic Raab. Set aloft unchallenged, up she went, but soon she was spent. There she is, a burnt-out carcass of tissue-thin lies and rusted steel, ruining the crops and ruining the field, falling from the sky for the bovines to find, the metal and the mud churned into cud, making the cow sick, spoiling the hay, destroying the wheat, old Theresa May. And Catherine Will Corbyn, spinning around, this way, that way, is he in or is he out? Spluttering and spitting, softly spoken, stuttering shell, to stammer perhaps, or a stammer, just in case. Lots of momentum, but he stays in one place. Wants to move forward, but he's far too entrenched, all of that action, but he stays on the fence. Filthy volcano of shit that's barrage. Locked in a box on the shelf in the garage, taken out once every year to spout inflammatory remarks and spread unfounded fear. When you light his paper, he somehow remains lit, stiff upper lip, wobbly bottom one split. Always dangerous to return to, even though he never quite goes off. He's no man of the people, but a well-moneyed toff. And call me Dave Cameron. A tabletop show, a new mandate to tout, promises, but then he just fizzled out. A small indoor assortment, a failed appointment, a massive disappointment, pointless and without enjoyment, bows out, blows out a weird little turd, curled up and flopped out, now unseen and unheard. And what's this? A rocket, a light in the sky, finally something, with some noise flies by. But it's all flash and trousers, never gets to any real height. A sparkle of showers, a shower of shite. With a tinkle and echo of order, Oliver, and hardly any real conviction, bringing nothing new to the party, nothing new to the show. A last little pop before they both have to go. Here, have a sparkler. Spin it around. A little Rory Stewart to hold in your hand. Write your name in the darkness. Soon, and goes out. Just a glint in your retina remains for cynical political gains, or a CV to rack up. Unsure which end is which. Careful, London. Don't pick him back up. And here comes Rees Mogg. Flaming torch held aloft, pitchfork in hand, hailing back to a less tolerant land. Leading the chorus of the right-wing press who, sensing profit from chaos, want nothing less. Chanting, remember, remember, the Belgrano and who sunk her. Remember, remember, burn them, Bernier and Junker. Remember, remember how great the empire used to be. Burn them, free movement and personal liberty. Remember, remember the 17.4 million, what they say. Burn them, employment projection of the ECJ. Remember, remember the will of the people. Burn them, Swinson and Cable. Remember, blue passports and sovereignty. Burn them, trade deals and democracy. And there the guy sits, uselessly on top of the pile of old rubbish, only fit for burning, tubby and self-satisfied looking, fixed of grin and gurney, troubled and bedevilled, its crumpled suit dishevelled, loose tie at a jaunty ankle, hair a mop of jaundice hay. No penny for this mannequin, no pennies for the poor, a pointless throwback to a simpler, unfairer time when prejudice was rife and a man could beat his wife, cheat on her and call others sexist names, throws racist insults onto those flames with barely a whimper of complaint. This particular guy is lumpy and grotesque, but isn't that how we like our guys best? When they look clownish and a mess, like they just couldn't care less. And somehow we've thrown this one right to the top. So we thought, another dastardly plot, successfully squashed in the bowels of Parliament, old barrels of gunpowder sit a tinderbox, waiting for the moment when they can be relit. So give me a Zippo, or a box of Cook's extra long matches, and I'll set light to the whole bloody thing and see if it catches, because you know it's really quite a sight when the planet itself is actually a light. Such a petty sideshow. It's really quite obscene. These pretty colours, red, blue, yellow, purple, even green. Look up and see a circle of stars shining in the sky, sparkle and fade as one of them dies. Flip a coin, especially minted and weighted, one side fractionally larger by a percentage. And it always falls the way they predicted. But it can't cover the cost of a simple restoration job, a symbolic ringing of an old clock tower bell, a sure sign things are going well. And there's room in this handcart for us all, sending passports to hell, the right colour and all. Are the priorities wrong when people are starving? What price a bomb? And so tonight they will go off. Another dastardly coup engineered to fool nobody but you. To seize import from the truth, consolidate power for the few. An Independence Day! Hip, hip, hollow hooray. Of smug satisfaction for removing the nation of wild regulation and oversight and protection. Alas, no exception. So exit plans hampered, enthusiasm dampened, sparklers left in puddles, red-faced and befuddled. There is rain on that particular parade. The march will be postponed. The participants don't like going out, at least not that far from home. Stomp in the street, the people forget, a lack of feet. Perhaps that's for the best. The fireworks should have been cancelled, due to a lack of adequate plan and safety measures not put in place. Turbulent conditions persist. Perhaps we should never have agreed to this and listened to what the experts said. I mean, the forecast looks bloody awful. We should have stayed in instead. Thanks very much. Lovely.